and welcome back to Engineeringly. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a schedule using Microsoft Project. This is the default screen that will appear once you open Microsoft Project. There are a lot of tabs and other items here, which I will describe in next videos about Microsoft Project. In this video, we will focus mainly on creating a basic schedule using Microsoft Project, and I will teach you some basics of scheduling. Before we get started, as you see here, the new tasks are manually scheduled. There are two types of tasks, manually scheduled and auto-scheduled. The difference between manually scheduled and auto-scheduled is that manual scheduling in Microsoft Project means you are free to set the start dates of the individual project tasks. MS Project does not automatically schedule tasks based on the defined project start and the duration of each task. This gives you the flexibility to schedule each task at the date you want it to start. While automatic scheduling takes care of the entire scheduling for you. Instead of you having to schedule every task one by one, Microsoft Project plans out the entire project from start to finish. The scheduling and auto-scheduling is done based on the following data: the project start date, the duration of each task, the dependencies between tasks, and any other constraints like national holidays or a calendar that you will set for your project. In our case, we will select the auto-scheduled. Moreover, this is called the timeline, and for the time being, we don't want to see the timeline here. So what you will do is right-click in the Gantt chart and untick Show Timeline. It will disappear. Next thing, as you can see here, Saturdays and Sundays are off days or non-working days. If you want to change them, for example, in my country, Fridays are weekends, Saturday and Sundays are working days. So in order to change that, you go to Project, you go to Change Working Time, and then click on Work Weeks, go to Details. From here, we will set the Sunday to a working day. Set this day to these specific working times. So we will work from 8 a.m. up to 12 p.m. There will be a break from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. and then we will work up to 5 p.m. Click OK. The next, we will go and change Saturday set days to these specific working times from 8 up to 12 and then from 1 up to 5. There is a 1-hour break during the day. Click OK. Moreover, we want to change the Fridays to non-working days. Click Details and we will click Friday from here. Set days to non-working time. Click OK and OK. Now, as you might have noticed that the Fridays are grayed out, which are in gray color, which means that these are the non-working days. And your schedule's duration will be calculated based on these weekends. Moreover, if you want to set a specific holiday, for example, the Independence Day or any other occasion which is a holiday in your country, you go to Change Working Time, and here in the exceptions, for example, let's name it holiday number 1, and it starts from May 25 and ends at May 25. And we will click OK. As you can see in here, the Wednesday, it's in gray as well, which means that this is a non-working day. So we will come to scheduling. Let's name this project Project 1, and the activities in this project, for example, activity number 1 for the project is the survey, then we have the design, then we have the installation, and after that we have testing, and lastly project handover. Now these comes under this project. In order to bring them on, because right now the project 1, which we named our project, it's also listed as an activity, and Microsoft Project thinks that this is an activity as well, and it's shown on the Gantt chart as well. But we want these activities to be listed under this project. We have different methods to do that. Method number 1, select all of these and click this button. As you can see, the project will be bold, and we will have an arrow here through which we can minimize or maximize our activities. Once this is done, next thing that you will do is to sequence your activities. By sequencing, we mean to select a predecessor and a successor for each activity. In here, I will double click and write down successor. So I will write down the successor and predecessor for each activity. Since survey is the activity number 1, so right now we don't have any predecessor for this activity. However, in project management and in scheduling, and when using scheduling tools, you should have at least one predecessor and one successor for each activity. If you don't, that activity will be called hanger, and the tool cannot calculate the critical path of that project. In order to do that, we will create the list of milestones. Milestones for this project. Our milestone number 1 will be project start. Our milestone number 2 will project end. As you can see, the milestones came under the project as well. Besides that, the start and end dates are at the same level as milestones are. In order to bring them forward, the next method is to select them and pull them to here. Milestone is an exception. You might only have a predecessor or a successor. So, besides that, the duration for a milestone is 0. We will set them to 0, and as you can see, their shapes change to milestones as well. For activity number 1, our predecessor will be the milestone. We can do this by different methods as well. Method number 1. This is the milestone, and we want to assign this as a predecessor for this activity. So what you will do is double click this one and connect it to this one. And as you can see, the predecessor is activity number 8, which is the start milestone. Moreover, the next method which we can do is, for example, for the design, the predecessor is survey. The number for survey is 2, and here in the predecessor we will write down number 2. It will be automatically connected. Next method is to select all of these, and in here link the selected tasks. Click this, they will be automatically selected. And for our last activity, which is the project handover, the successor will be the end milestone. The ID for this is 9, so we will write down 9, or you can double click this activity and connect it to this one. Now once this is done, we will set the durations for each activity. For example, for survey, our duration will be 2 days. For design, our duration will be 7 days. For installation, our duration will be 15 working days. And for testing, our duration will be 2 days. Project handover will take 1 day. We cannot see all the activities on the Gantt chart here. To see all of them, go to View and click the entire project. This is how you create a basic schedule using Microsoft Project. There are a lot of capabilities in this tool, and I will show you in the upcoming videos through Engineeringly. To stay tuned, subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the video. Thank you very much for watching.